everybody, this is Jim the Tabletop Engineer, and welcome back to a game playthrough. This is Marvel United. I really like this game, especially solo. Today, I am taking on Dr. Doom, and I'm using part of the Fantastic Four. I'll be playing Reed Richards, Sue Storm, and The Thing. Because the game only the solo rules have you use 3 heroes, so I can't get Johnny Storm in, but that's okay. There are a few differences with this game. First off, Dr. Doom begins in Latveria, and so that means my heroes start opposite him in South America. I've got Asia, North America, Oceania, and Europe, Australia. The health for Dr. Doom is 7 because I'm playing a 3-player game, 3 heroes, 3 players. He will be doing a Doom track. It starts at 0. When it hits 20, I lose the game. I also lose the game if I ever run out of cards in my hand. And also I can lose if the villain deck runs out. So lots of ways to lose. Now Dr. Doom is considered a supervillain. So the game gives me some starting tokens that I can use as wilds. Not wilds, they are what they are, but I get some freebie tokens that can be used at any time. I've gone ahead and shuffled the deck. I've put out all the locations. Latveria does not get a crisis card, but the other 5 locations do. Also, Latveria starts with Doombots. Doombots are treated like thugs, but there are cards that will empower them and let them do more damage and things like that. Also, Dr. Doom cannot take damage if he is at a location that has any Doombots. I guess that's because they are protecting him. So you got to keep the Doombots under control as well. Overflow. If you ever have to place a thug or a civilian on a space or a Doombot and you don't have room for it, you have to you increase the Doom track by 1. If he does a BAM ability, it increases the Doom track by 2. So it's going to go quick. All right, as always in this game, the villain goes first. I've shuffled the hero deck. I'll shuffle the Doom deck, and we'll get going. I've never played Dr. Doom. I don't know how hard he is. I know that the Green Goblin, at least to me, is very hard. So we will see. All right, starting out, Dr. Doom will move 3. Uh-oh. 1, 2, 3. That actually puts him with my heroes. Thankfully, he is not doing a BAM ability, which would deal damage to all my heroes. But he is going to place 2 Doombots on this space, and there is room, but now there is no overflow. And he'll place a civilian at the clockwise and counterclockwise positions. And that is his turn. All right. I draw 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's my initial hand. And then I will play 3 turns, 3 heroes. I can play any card from my deck, and I always draw a card at the start of a turn. So think of it as I'm doing 3 turns, and then the villain gets a turn. So on turn 1, I draw a card. So I have 2 things, 2 Sues, and 2 Reeds. Excellent. All right. Thinking about this game. Obviously, I need to keep the Doombots under control. They are just like thugs. They just take 1 damage to beat unless there's a crisis. The crisis here is called Self-Destruct Protocol. When a Doombot is defeated in this or adjacent locations, each hero takes a damage. Well, that's not good. When they're defeated, so I need to remove this crisis card before I attack them. Wow. Or I need to abandon this spot, because if I stay here and he draws a card and he does a BAM ability while he's here, and it could really mess me up. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to look and see. Each Doombot in this one requires 2 damage. When adding Doombots in this adjacent location, add 1 extra. Ooh. You must take 1 damage for each Doombot or Thug in this location. When a Doombot is defeated, each hero takes a damage. Each Doombot in this and adjacent requires 2 damage. Oh, man, this is going to be tough. All right, let's see. Now, the thing can move and punch. And then I could possibly do... my cards aren't all that great. Let's see. Mr. Fantastic Teamwork. Perform actions of the same type as all action tokens on the Fantastic Four card. All action tokens. All action tokens. Then add a move token from the pool to the Fantastic Four card. I don't know what that means. Perform actions of the same type as all action tokens on the Fantastic Four card. I think that's what these are. Perform actions of the same type as all action tokens on. Then add a move token from the pool to the Fantastic Four card. I don't know what that is. That's a new one. I must be missing something. I'll have to look at that up. All right, let's go ahead and... I do not want to destroy these guys. So each takes 2 damage, but there are no Doombots here. I'm going to go ahead and play the Thing for my first card. He will move and punch, which he defeats a thug. 3 stars. Next, I draw a card. Mr. Fantastic could rescue a civilian, and then he can move and punch. I'm gonna play this. He's going to place a star here. He's going to move here, and he's going to punch a thug. And he is done. And then I draw a card. Super Genius. This turn you can treat all symbols as wilds. Nice. So he would get 2 wilds. I could rescue... I could get 3 stars and clear that one. Let's do that. I'm going to play him again. I'm going to treat all symbols as wild. I really only need to do 1. So I'm going to... I am going to play that as a wild, and that will eliminate this crisis, and it gets me my first cleared threat. And it says, at the end of your turn, you may discard 1 card from your hand to the bottom of your deck to swap a card from your hand with one of your face cards in the storyline. This is the storyline. I will do that. I will take the one that I'm just not sure about. I'll put it on the bottom. Do I take 1 card from your hand to the bottom of your deck to swap a card from your hand with one... Oh, so you're getting rid of a card. Ooh, I don't know if I want to do that. Because that means I'm giving up a card, and then I'll swap a card, but I'm down to 4 instead of 5. That's still a pretty good option. I'm gonna take that, and I'm gonna flip out one of Invisible Woman's moves with the one I just played, which gives me wild, and that is the end of my turn. Oh, hold on. No, I can't. Hold on. Yeah, I did clear the crisis. That's right. So he's done. And these go to the timeline. And the last card played that I swapped out with will be a move on the next turn. Okay. Now we draw a Doom token. Or a Doom card. Doom will move 2. 1, 2. He does his BAM ability. Deal 1 damage to each hero in his location. Nobody's there. Plus 1 damage to each hero in locations with any Doombots. That is Sue. Plus 1 damage to each hero with... Then increase... Oh, you know what? Yeah. Then increase the Doom track by 2. So the Doom track will go up. She's going to take a damage, which means I have to get rid of 1 card. I'm going to get rid of the Thing with a single move. That goes to the bottom of the deck. And then Doom, he places a Doombot at his location, and he places a Thug at the clockwise and counterclockwise. Clockwise and counter. All right, there we go. And that is that turn. All right, my turn. I draw a card. The Thing is inheriting a move from Sue Storm, and I get 2 punches. So she could move... Oh, I know what I can do. I move. I use the 2 wild to clear this card, and I do 2 punches to clear that. So that's what I'm going to do. The Thing will inherit Sue's move here. I will use my 2 wild stars to defeat this threat. And I get another threat cleared. And now I will use the 2 punches to punch these 2 Doombots. They're treated as thugs. And that's the end of his turn. At the end of the turn, you may discard one card from your hand to the bottom of the deck to gain a wild token plus action tokens equal to the symbols at the bottom of the card you discarded. I don't want to discard any cards because I'm already low. So I'm not gonna do that. I forgot to draw a card. Did I draw a card? I had 4 in my hand. I had 5 because I took a damage. So I should have had an extra card. That's what it was. I should always have 4 cards in my hand now until I take a damage. I should have had 5, but then Sue took a damage, which lowered me to 4 cards. All right, so that is the end of his turn, but I'm not going to do this. Now, whoever inherits the thing is going to get 2 punches. I need to start defeating thugs in a bad way. So I could move Mr. Fantastic there. But that says when a Doombot is defeated in this or adjacent locations, each hero in it takes a damage. There wasn't a Doombot here, so I didn't have to worry about that. In this one, when a Doombot is defeated, that card was gone, so I don't have to worry about that. Okay. I could move, if I could move 2, which I could use 3 punches to defeat all 3 Doombots. You must take 1 damage for each in this location at the end of your turn. I'm going to play Mr. Fantastic. He's going to use a move wild token, and then his own move to move 2. 1, 2. He's going to use the 3 punches to get rid of these Doombots. And I could use another punch to get rid of that thug, and that would probably be a good idea. I'm going to use a punch to get rid of this one, and it comes down here, and his turn is done. It says at the end of the turn you have to take a damage for each thug or Doombot in this location. So there's none there, so I don't have to take any damage. And that is his turn. And I've only got 2 wild tokens left. I need to draw a card. The thing has a star. He will also inherit, well, whatever card I play is going to inherit a move and a punch. If I do her, oh, this is good. I'll play Invisible Woman. She will use the punch to get rid of this thug. She will use 1 star to get rid of this civilian. She'll move here, and she'll use another star to put a star here. And that is it. All right, that is it for my turn. I have 3 cards. I should always end with 4, so I must have not drawn one. Okay, that's it. So put these in the timeline. And I will inherit 2 stars on my next turn, and Doom draws a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The thing is at his location. He does the BAM ability. Deal 1 damage to each hero in Doom's location. So I have to get rid of a card. I'll get rid of this one. Now I'm down to 3 cards in my hand. Also, plus 1 damage to each hero with any Doombots. None. And then increase the Doom track by 2. Alright, done. And then I have to place a Doombot in his spot. Here. And now the BAM happens before the Doombot is there, so that happens afterwards. You do it from top to bottom. And a thug at clockwise and counterclockwise. And that is his turn. Okay, draw a card. Sue's Invisibility. As long as this card is face up in the storyline, when the top card of the Master Plan deck is revealed, you may choose not to take any damage until the beginning of your next turn. If you do so, next turn you must play your card face down. Got it. I don't like that. As long as the card is face up, when the top card is revealed, you may choose not to take any damage until the beginning of your next turn. Well, that's not bad. So she was to take damage. That might be a good one. Let's go ahead, and I'm going to play Invisible Woman because she inherits 2 stars from the previous one, which is going to clear this threat. And I get this. That's 3 threats cleared. She used the 2, and she's still got 2 wild. I will punch and I will clear a civilian. And she is done. And it says, at the end of your turn, you may draw 3 cards from your deck. If you do, you must then discard 3 from your hand to the bottom of your deck. I like what I have here, so I'm not going to take advantage of that. And that is her turn. Draw a card. Oh, if she does this, she gains 2. Oh, this is wild. Okay. I need to get the... I don't have a thing card to play, so I can't move him. I could... Oh, I could do a lot here. I need to get over there because... Or I need to get here and get rid of this. So I need 2 moves. So I'm going to play this card. It says gain 2 wild tokens. Then she gets 2 wild from previous and 1 wild. So she's got 3 wild. So I'm going to go move for 2. So this card's done. She's got a wild and 2 wild. I am going to use these 2 wild to punch the 2 and rescue 1 civilian. And that takes some of the pressure off of this tile. And now Reed needs to get some of that. I draw a card. Teamwork. Perform actions of the same. I can't do that card. This turn you can treat all symbols as wild. This is excellent. All right. I will play Reed. He's got a star, a punch, and he can treat these as wilds if he like, and he also inherits a wild from Invisible Woman. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move for 1 wild. And then he's got basically 2 wilds left. I'm going to punch the Doombot, and I'm going to punch a Thug. Now, all I got to do is punch 1 more Thug and clear 1 more threat. Those 2 cards will disappear. He will be susceptible to damage, but I'll be moving down to 2 hero cards played and then a Doom card. So I got to time this right, and that is the end of my turn. He did do all of these. He moved, and he did 2, yeah. So that is it for that timeline card. Now I have 3 in my hand, which is right, and they're all Invisible Woman cards. All right, Doom. Doom will move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He does his BAM. Deal 1 damage to each hero in the location, plus 1 damage to each hero in locations with any Doombots. Well, the thing has a Doombot, so I have to get rid of another card. I will get rid of the move for Sue, because I do have 1 free move token that I haven't used yet. Then, you must surrender, Richards. Each hero chooses to either discard 1 card from their hand to the bottom of the deck or take a crisis token. I only have 2 cards. So each hero chooses to either discard 1 card or I have to take 3 crisis tokens. Now, that doesn't sound so bad, but these crisis tokens are no good. Because as long as there are any Doom tokens in the location, once per turn, a hero can forfeit an action to discard 1 of their crisis tokens. I may have to do that. And I'm down to 2 cards in my hand now. But it is... And then he does a BAM ability at his location, and there isn't one. There isn't one. And then he puts a civilian here, 2 here, 1, 2, and 1, 1 clockwise, no, 1 clockwise, 2 counter. That's it. 1 clockwise and 2 counter. All right, there we go. I need to get rid of that Doombot. All right, my turn. I draw a card. I got a Reed Richards card. I need to get rid of these stars. Now, I'm inheriting a star and a punch. This would give me 2 stars to get rid of that. And a 3rd star. I need to... Hold on. If I move Invisible Woman, she could... If I move her and punch... that. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to do Invisible Woman. She's going to move. She's going to punch this Thug. That clears this card, which shifts the cards to the right, which now means the villain acts after every 2 hero cards. Not much I could do about that. So she moved, she punched, and she also inherits a punch, and a star from the previous Richards card. So she will place a star, and the punch won't help. So you can give up one of your actions. Is that right? Hold on. Once per turn, a hero can forfeit one action to discard one of the... I'll discard this second punch, because remember, she inherited one there. I'll discard that to get rid of a crisis token. And she is done. Draw a card. All right, here we go. Now, I need to get rid of 2 stars. I need 2 stars, and I don't have 2. If he takes this, he could move, punch, and move and punch. I'm going to do it. I'm going to play read. He will move, and I'll use my last move token to move twice. 1, 2. Then he has a punch. He'll punch this thug, which doesn't do anything. But he has a star, and he'll place that star here. And that is move, punch, star. That's it. That's all I got. 2 cards in my hand. And I'm down to two actions per turn. So now Doom's turn. 2 cards. Doom. He will not move. He will stay. He does a bam, which means the thing, I have to lose a card in my hand. I will get rid of... I'll get rid of Mr. Fantastic. I'm down to 1 card. If you ever get down to 0, you're in trouble. Golly, this is not good. I really need to move the thing, but I haven't drawn any move card. I should have saved that move token to get the thing off of this Doombot. But, oh well. Alright, so the BAM ability means I give up a card, which I just did, and this moves forward 2. You'll rue the day you ever heard the name. 1 hero takes a crisis token. Alright, I'll take another crisis token. And then he's going to place a Doombot at 1, 2, and 3. At his location, here, and here. Oh, okay. Wow. And I can't play the thing. Alright, I draw a card. It's my turn. Read. As long as this card is face up during your turn, you can use one of your star or punch actions in an adjacent location. Oh, that's cool. He can stretch and punch outside his thing. He is going to inherit a star. This is bad. I have a punch, which could get rid of the Doombot. Alright, let's play read. He gets a wild. You can use one of your star or punch actions in an adjacent location. Adjacent would be this one or this one. I will punt. I will use this punch token to get rid of this Doombot. Then he also inherits a star. I will put that here. Alright, star, wild. That's all he gets. And I'm out of tokens. So it's my second turn. I draw. The thing has a wild and a wild. I will play the thing. He will punch these 2. Punch them. And, oh, you know what? Hold on. Yeah, he'll punch him. It's the end of his turn. You may discard 1 card from here. I can't. I've only got 1 card left. So, here we go. These 2 stack here. If Doom does a bam, this could be bad. He does a bam. He moves 1 here, which means the bam ability, you have to deal 1 damage to each hero. Now, I believe you can take crisis tokens instead of damage. Let me see. Is that right? I could be wrong, but I thought crisis tokens could be used to avoid things. Crisis. I think I'm going to lose. I think I've lost this game. Crisis tokens. Come on, man. I thought you could take a crisis to avoid damage. Resolve special location. Nope, I guess not. That is too bad because I think that BAM is going to cause me to lose my card. Winning and losing. Here's to be the villain, Mr. Master. Villain's turn. Okay, that's done. Activate BAM. Special effects. No. Resolve actions. Okay, play a card to resolve actions. No, I believe there are certain bad guys in this game of Marvel United where you can take crisis tokens to avoid damage, but Doom is not one of them. Well, darn it. All right, so when he triggers his BAM, it deals 1 damage, which means I have to give up this card, and now since I have 0 cards in my hand, the Fantastic Four -1 lost to Doctor Doom. That is a tricky. Those Doom bots will get you because apparently it's a lot of the cards say if it's adjacent to one, you take a damage. And then my robots are the most sophisticated. Turn all civilians into Doom bots. Wow! So these would have become Doom bots. These would have become Doom bots. That would have become. Wow! Doctor Doom is not easy. Wow, that was a fun one. All right, I will have to think about that. This is not the end of Doctor Doom. I will be back to play him again in the future, not the next game. But, wow, that was fun. All right, this is Jim, the Tabletop Engineer. Thanks for joining me on this game of Marvel United. I will put some information about the game in the video description if you're interested in it. It can be played solo or cooperative. Actually, I think there is also a way that a player can play the villain. And but I like it solo. All right, everybody, I'll be back in a week with the next episode. Until then, everybody, take care.
Check out the new RPG and Wargame newsletter. Each week, the Tabletop Engineer shares news, products, Kickstarters, and much more related to the gaming hobby. It's free to subscribe, so check out the link in the video description below to sign up.